You will get to the point where you have multiple job offers and you have to decide which one's the best. And the answer is not so clear all of the time. This happens because when you're applying for jobs, it's very seldom that people apply for just one or two jobs. Usually it's more of like a campaign. So there's like a mass application process where you're applying every day, 3-4 times a day. So then after 5 or 6 weeks, the interviews start to come in. Once you start doing the interviews, then you'll start getting job offers. So the first thing to consider, if you have 2, 3, or 4 job offers and you're trying to consider which one should you select, the first thing is which one is a ladder position. So you will have some jobs that have a promotion ladder built into that position. So it could go from GS 11 to 14, for example. Every 12 months, you would be eligible to get promoted in your same position. You wouldn't have to leave. You wouldn't have to go somewhere else. So let's say, for example, you have 2 jobs. You have a GS 11 and then you have a GS 12. Well, you might think, I'm going to take the GS 12. But if that GS 11 has a ladder to 14, that would mean that just in 3 years, you could be a GS 14. If you take the 12, in 3 years, you'll still be a 12. Now you can go ahead and qualify for other jobs, but you'll have to apply either inside your agency or outside. And as we all know, the application process can take 6 months or more. The next thing is look at that federal agency and see what the promotion advancement opportunities are. The way to do this, the way to understand this is, let's take, for example, you take a job at the VA, the Veteran Affairs. In the VA, they have hundreds of thousands of employees, meaning that they have job positions, a lot of them. So if you are working at the VA, you can apply internally. That is one of your hiring paths, internal hire. So that's an advantage. Internal hire is a huge advantage. If you were working at the Department of Justice, you can't do internal hire for VA. Obviously the DOJ has less people than the VA, but what has even less is the Selective Service System. If you look at the Selective Service System, it has something like 124 employees, meaning that they only have a little over 100 jobs at any given time. That would be the max. That's the ceiling. If you worked for the Selective System Service, your internal hire opportunities would be dramatically less. So that is a consideration. Are you going to go to a big agency? Are you going to go to a small agency? Next is the agency rating. If you go to bestplacesToWork.org, you will see the latest rating. Every year they have a rating for every federal agency. And I think last year, number 1 was NASA. That's the best large federal agency to work for. I think at the bottom of that list was probably Department of Homeland Security. This changes every year. But you can look through there and see what the federal employees are saying about their agency. How do they like their leadership? How do they like their promotion opportunities? How is morale? Look at that, see what people are saying, and that should play a factor into your decision-making process when you're actually selecting a job offer. Another thing is location. Are you going to have to come into the office? Is there a telework agreement? This might be something you have to ask HR. Eventually, if you get the job offer, you're going to have to ask the hiring manager, what are the teleworking policies for that office? If that's important to you. Some people want to be in the office, some people want to be at home. So if you want to be at home, you want to know how many days are you actually allowed to work from home. Next is really helpful to speak with people that actually work at that agency. Not just the agency, but the division or the office that you're looking to get into. How do you find people like this? It's helpful if you know somebody who knows somebody, but if you don't, you can jump on LinkedIn. You can search people by agency. You can send them a message. You can ask them for 5 minutes of their time, maybe grab a cup of coffee, talk to them. How do you like it at this office? What do you think about this? What are your impressions? What do you wish that you actually knew before taking this job to help kind of get you prepared and also to have a different type of perspective, additional context behind that agency so you can better make your decision when it comes to these job offers. Now, obviously, everyone's going to have a different experience and a different perspective. When people ask me, how's it like to work in the government? Or how do you like working at your agency? It largely depends on who your supervisor or who your manager, who is your executive. All those things play a role because everyone has a different personality, a different leadership style, and a different type of way that they view the work that they're doing. So it's going to depend from office to office, from supervisor to supervisor. The good thing is, once you're in the government, you don't like the position, there's nothing holding you back. You don't have to stay there a minimum of 1 month or 3 months. As soon as you show up on your first day, if you do not like it, you can apply. You can start applying again. And that's something that's done commonly in this area where there are so many opportunities. There are so many vacancies. There's over 1,000 federal government jobs open almost on a daily basis in the DC area. Now, if you've been applying for federal government jobs, but you just haven't been receiving the interviews, or you haven't been even getting referred, it could be because you're not showing that you're the best qualified candidate for that job. And if you want to know how sometimes you could be the best qualified candidate, but still not get the job offer, then I want you to watch this video next. If you would like to see more videos like this, please click like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.